Okay, I'm not going to go in and look at this one. Atlas Craftsman Super Lathe cast iron bench with plate steel shells. Ships freight, pre-owned. $320. Buy it now, free local pickup. Original set of legs. These normally, they've been going for about $300, and that's what they go for. Steel plate top, steel plate shelf, so it's not original. Got casters underneath it, not original. Everybody's going to have to make their own decision, as to whether they're going to spend this much for an original base. I'm not. 10-12 inch lathe or 7B shaper motor mount base, S7108, pre-owned, $59.95 and $21.65 shipping, 60, 70, $80. About 30 too much. Should be about 50 in your door for that motor mount. Let's see, this is a dealer that's been around forever, been doing his thing. Description says, oh, please review photos and email any questions. So we're looking for things that are wrong. What is wrong with it? Looks okay there. Only got 3 pictures. Don't see anything wrong there. Maybe a good base. Looks to be pretty good, so it's only overpriced by about $30. Okay, so there's a good motor base, but $60. $60 in the door. Rather than giving that other $21.65 shipping for it. That's all I would give for it in the door myself. And I'm not going to look at a lot of this stuff. 7B metal shaper disc gear, S768 and bushing nut stud. See photos, damaged. $100 and $8.95 shipping. No. If it's damaged, it's worth, $25. Vintage Atlas 7B shaper stud part, S769A and bushing part, S780. $19.95. No, it's worth $10. The only thing you got there is a stud, and it may very well be worn. These bushings, right below it, 2 vintage Atlas 7B metal shaper bushings, S7-80, pre-owned, $18.95 and free shipping. You walk into your big box store, your local Ace Hardware, you go to their bronze bushings, or you get on McMaster's site, and you order brand new bushings because they're a standard bushing. You may have to turn the shoulder down or something like that, but why would you give $20 for a set of wore out pieces of shit? And that's what they are, is they're wore out pieces of shit, when for $10 you can walk into your Ace Hardware and probably buy 2 brand new bushings, $5 a piece. Vintage Atlas 7B shaper feed ratchet gear case, S7-22D, good used condition, $109.95. These never wear out. I've never seen one of these broken. I suppose if you dropped your machine it would potentially break these, but this is not a part that breaks. So why? Shaper screw S733 and brass nut, $38.95. Nope, they're wore out. Wore out. Anything that says nut on it is wore out. There's no, I've yet to see one in good condition. And the screws are going to match, so you try and replace the nut even with a new nut. Some of these replacement nuts, one of my replacement nuts, they're still not going to be mated. What's the description say? I'm just curious. Let's see if I don't recognize. Atlas screw and nut are in good used condition. What you see is what I ship. Good used condition. Anytime they tell me that, I have to go and look. How come you've lost? How come we've got such a big cut out there? It looks like there's an awful lot of that missing. Could be wrong, but rusted and grimy. This one looks good. Look at this. It's wore out. Pretty sharp on this end. Not quite so much on this end. Look at how rounded that one looks. Look at how rounded those look. Nope. You don't want this crap. There's no sense in getting this crap on your machine at all. It's junk. It's junk. You're not getting anything better than what you've got. Same way, cross feed screw and gear. No, they're wore out. 65 bucks. They're wore out. Crank throw block nuts, pre-owned, 35 bucks and free shipping. No, they're junk. They are junk. Junk, 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 junk. Screw and feed nut, S756A, S715, $39.95 free shipping. Junk. I'm not even going to go look. Now see, here's some fool that wants a 285 bucks or best offer for a milling machine vise handle. You know, I see these, I have to go look at the description. Good usable condition. And it's got a name and the phone number in there, which is, you know, violation of eBay's policies, but somebody's trying to get around it. They're willing to negotiate, and that way they don't have to pay. That way they don't have to pay eBay fees. Not going to look any farther than that. Another shaper feed and ratchet gear case. They want $99.95 for, you know, another $100. No, they don't break. They're not worth it. Now here's one I'm not going to go look at. Another cross rail casting, $29.99 and $14.65 shipping. This is the junk that's left over when they parted out a machine. It's crap. Internal parts, bearing plate and screws, $7.49 and $4.85 shipping. Why would you need a bearing plate and screws? There again, the gear case flange mount and the bearing that goes in it, $36.99 and $14.65 shipping. Probably the same seller from the looks at it. Why would you need it? They're parting out a machine. Bearings, if you're, you know, you don't need the gear case flange. I mean, that's a non-wear part. And the bearings, if you're replacing the bearings, why would you replace it with a used bearing? That's foolish. 3D printed ratchet cover, $28.95 and $5.40 shipping. I don't even look at that. Oh, see, I start getting tired of looking at this stuff. It makes me, some of these guys make me tired. 7B countershaft parts with all pulleys pre-owned, $103.20 or best offer. And see, it was $130. This is a complete countershaft assembly. This is from some sort of a dealer, it looks like. There again, parting out a machine. What's the description say? Use, good shape. Ships free to lower 48. Okay. This is probably a fair price for this. You know, I was looking for a new countershaft assembly. I was looking for one of the pulleys, or two of the pulleys is what I was looking for a while back for mine. This is probably a fair price. 103 or best offer. You know, if you offered a little bit less, they may very well take it, depending on how long they've had it. Let's look at these and see if there's anything that needs to be picked apart on them. Looks to be a decent countershaft assembly. You know, these are going to be rebuildable. The only things that you're really going to need on these are going to be the pulleys. The rest of the stuff, yeah, they can maybe be freshened up. They may need some new pins in them and stuff, but other than bearings, I think these had bushings in them. Other than that, there's nothing here that's a real high wear item. This has got the brake and the brake handle with it. The pulley doesn't look to be chowdered up. Neither of them do. This one may have a little bit of a whoop. Yeah, this one's kind of in ragged shape. And this is actually the pulley that I was looking for at one time. And I did buy a complete countershaft assembly for mine. So, you know, if you need the larger pulley, and, you know, even this pulley probably, if you've got a replacement on, which mine did, this is not a really bad deal, I don't think, for your $100, $103. Now see, somebody's got a ram here, and there again, I won't go look at it, but it's got the complete ram. I couldn't sell it. You know, it looks like there's some staining just looking at the thumbnail. They want 10 bucks for it. But where they're screwing you is they want $92.65 shipping. So they're still wanting a little over 100 bucks for it. They're not worth it. You're not getting anything better than what you got. Okay. Metal shaper horizontal milling machine knob. And I don't think I'll go look at this either. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff here. This is the screw the little knob that will go on your milling machine table to lock it over on, that's not the overarm. There's a couple places on the mill that uses this. I don't know that this is used on the shaper. I'm not thinking of a place where they use this particular knob on the shaper. They want 10 bucks to buy it now, but they want $18.40 to ship it. I mean, I do a flat rate shipping on almost all of my small items for, I think, 8 or 9 bucks, something like that. So this should come in your door for 18 or 20. At 18 or 20, that would be a good deal if you're looking for one, if it's in decent condition, and I'm not going to go look at it. Here's somebody who wants 100 bucks for a lead screw, and there's a excuse me, there's a question mark there. They don't know what it fits. Don't even know what it fits, and they want 100 bucks for it and 25 bucks to ship it. No, it's worth 20 bucks. You don't know what it is. Lead screw, Atlas Craftsman Harding lathe, metal shaper, horizontal mill, cross slide pre-owned, 25 bucks and $22.60 shipping. Not going to go look at it. Don't recognize what it is right off the bat, but it's used. Why do you want a used lead screw? Now this one, we're going to go look at. Vintage Atlas Craftsman 10-12-inch metal lathe, shaper, tool bit holder, no manufacturer mark. 40. Boy, frog in my throat this morning. No manufacturer mark. Pre-owned, $49.99 and free shipping. This is one of the angle. Will be a lathe tool bit. But when you look at it, what is this here? And this is a tool guy, or a tool company. In good working condition, it has scratches, signs of use, and service marks. This is going to be someone's manufactured something or other, and I only say that because of the lock down on it. It looks to me like this is some sort of a V-block something or other that was manufactured for something. And then the shank was welded on. Is kind of what it looks like to me. I could be mistaken. See, this part looks to be someone's manufactured assembly here. And the whole thing may be. This may be somebody's something or other. But it's not something that I recognize as maybe it is. Maybe it was. I don't know. Nothing I need in my shop. Nothing I need in my shop, and certainly nothing worth 50 bucks. 20 bucks. Shaper Vice crank handle, square Fremont, 110 bucks and $6.15 shipping. That's kind of the going rate. Any place from 75 to 275, I guess. But 75 bucks is about all I'm giving for them. 7B Shaper counter shaft bracket, pre-owned, $29.99 and $8.65 shipping. If you need one, but you really don't. Here's another lather shaper motor mount, 67 bucks and 25 bucks shipping. These should be about 50 bucks. you know, 60 bucks in your door. Now here's a brand new milling machine supervised crank handle, 125 bucks and 870 shipping. Somebody was producing these. You know, they were having these cast apparently, and more power to them. I recognize the seller. He's been selling these. You know, so guys are wanting 100 bucks for a used one. You know, it's casting produced. You know, they're having a foundry make them up. Somebody's foundry is making them up. So there again, you know, 125 bucks and 870 shipping, 130 bucks for a brand new manufacturer. Probably a fair buy. We're going to skip over a lot of this stuff. Now here's a oil pan, pre-owned, 100 bucks, buy it now, free shipping. Who is this? Got a little bit of feedback. Don't really recognize the seller. Nice oil pan with no repairs or damage. Okay. Okay, looks to be a decent oil pan. I guess I can't complain about that. That's probably a decent buy right there. Probably a decent buy for 100 bucks. If you need an oil pan, there you go. A 7102 side guard, 190 bucks and 1840 shipping. Here's oh yeah, this is one of our sellers again. Description says no breaks, repairs, or surprises. It's surprising you think you're foolish enough to get 190 bucks out of it. And another 1840 to ship it. Alright, well, let's look at this. It's a decent guard, but it's not worth... You know, I try and go back when I reproduce these and do at least a halfway decent job of painting them up. And I guess when we look at original ones with the runs that are here and the way the paint is, I shouldn't worry about it at all. I should slap a coat of paint on them and send them out the door and just not worry about it. Because the originals weren't that great. You know, I mean, the castings were not always as nice as they could have been. The paint was bad on them. A lot of defects in the casting, so, you know, if mine aren't perfect, I'm not going to worry about it as much anymore, I guess. And this is an original guard. And it's in okay condition, you know. Should be worth half of what they want. 100 bucks for a used guard. 100 bucks. Worth half. Half. Screw and feed nut, $49.99 and $5.86. Not even going to look at it. It's used. Used crap. Same way, pinion shaft assembly. Why do you need one? There's no reason that you're going to need one to go back on. Same way, used junk. Okay, tool post swivel and screws, S7, $42.99 and $8.65 shipping. This is for your tool post swivel on the clapper box on the top slide. You know, that casting, 20 bucks. Here's countershaft assembly parts. This is your pulleys, and doesn't have the rest of the mounting and everything. They want 100 bucks and $46.30 shipping. That should be worth about 75 bucks when we compare it to the 109 or 125 or whatever they wanted for the other one that was complete. 80 bucks for the 4-step pulley, 7B counter shaft. $79.95 and $18.60 shipping. Probably 70 in the door, is my opinion. Lock wheel knob, 21 bucks. It's been cleaned up. This is from a seller that we've seen a lot of. Oh no, I don't recognize that. I do recognize there's a lot of feedback there. This has been cleaned up. Look at how scored this is. 21 bucks. If you need one, that's probably a fair price. Condition is used. That will be a fair price only because they say free expedited shipping. And it says it's shipping priority. So in reality, you're only given like 11 or 12 bucks for that. So that's a decent buy there if you happen to need one. All the paint's been stripped off of it. It's kind of ugly looking. There's the vice grip marks on it, or the channel lock marks on it. Pretty ugly looking, but it's going to be a usable part probably. So, decent buy for 21 bucks. Shaper base casting, 75 bucks for best offer and 8808 shipping. Nope, that's worth about 75 bucks in your door. It's worth half of what they want. Oh, these guys are making me tired. I don't know how much longer I can go through these. Here's the brake assembly for $19.95 and $20.60 shipping. If you need one of these, I'm not going to go look at it, but this is going to be a decent buy. The handle's not original, but the rest of it looks probably okay. Table lift nut, $21.99. No, it's a wore out piece of crap. It's not worth anything. Here's another cross rail casting, $39.99 and free shipping. Buy it now. Yeah, these are all just list screws. Now here's a S7-15 crank throw block nut, brand new, 55 bucks and $5.45 shipping. You know, I say these are probably not going to match exceptionally well with your wore out screws, but it's going to be better than buying these used pieces of crap. You know, at 55 bucks, it's, you know, I can't beat it up too bad. That's probably a decent price, and they want 30 for a used wore out piece of shit. So why not give another 20 bucks and have a brand new one that's at least going to be a better fit, hopefully, than what you're going to see on buying the used one. Same way, this is probably the same seller, 60 bucks for the Shaper crossfeed nut and $6.90 shipping. That's going to be fair. You know, yeah, same seller. So another base casting, $69.99 or best offer and $96.65. Leave them sitting with this shit. It's junk. There's those rare metal Shaper on-off switch brackets that aren't rare at all. This is going to be brand new. This is going to be a 3D printed part, 27 bucks and $5.40 shipping. I think I was doing, what, about, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks for a cast aluminum one to match. A lot of these other parts. Now here's a counter shaft assembly. They want 175 bucks for and 25 bucks shipping. 200 bucks, they want twice as much as for the last one. Motor mount base, 142. Shaper ram, $89.99 and 25 bucks shipping. There again, something you don't need. The base that came off of that ram assembly, or that goes with that ram assembly, $89.99 and $28.09 shipping. Yeah, I'm tired of looking at this junk. These people have made me tired. They've made me tired. Now see, here's the Shaper brass feed screw, pre-owned, $24.99 and $5.85 shipping. It's a wore out piece of crap. You know, you're giving 30 bucks where you could give 60 for a new one. Yeah, I'm tired. These people make me tired. That's why we can only do so much of this. Atlas Craftsman 9, 10, 12-inch lathe and 7B 7-inch metal shaper part. L6-723 hinge. No, that's not. That's a commercial model hinge. The L6 designation tells me it's probably a commercial model. I don't remember, and I don't recognize that on the shaper. I don't really recognize that on the lathe, either on the smaller lathes. I believe that fits the commercial version. Here's another 7B shaper counter shaft assembly. It looks to be the complete assembly. They only want $35 for it, but they want $85.50 shipping. So we're still back into that $130. See, it's marketing is all it is. And it's not real honest marketing as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I think we're tired of that. Let's go very quickly and look at milling machines. See if there's anything there for us, and then we'll close this out. Did have an individual ask me about milling attachments. I think any milling attachment, I believe he was looking for a 6-inch. I think any of these milling attachments are only worth about $225. And everything we see here, $325 and $25 shipping. These are 10-inch, 10, 12-inch. Oh, these are both 10-inch that I'm looking at. $385 and $25 shipping or best offer. These have both got or best offers on them. Now this the second one down, and I'm not going to go in and look at these, but this one does have a drawbar with it, which probably worth $100, so you're only giving $285 for the milling attachment. So depending on condition and what it looks like and everything. Now here's a 10 or 12-inch lathe, pre-owned, $299, but they want $60 shipping. $350 and $25 shipping. They're too much money. 6-inch Atlas Craftsman 101 618 milling attachment, brand new, $80 with 11 bids so far, and $65 shipping. So if somebody's interested, you know, kind of follow that and see what they're doing. That's for a 6-inch. I'm going to skip over a lot of this. There's a rotary table, but it's not an Atlas. Bunch of junk. Bunch of junk. Somebody's parted out a XY milling table, it looks like here, and I'm not going to go in and look at it because I'm tired. They're trying to get big bucks for it. They're trying to get $50 for the base casting, and they're trying to get $50 for the cross slide casting. Now here's another 6-inch lathe milling attachment, pre-owned, $265 or best offer and free shipping. You know, depending on condition, and I'm not going to go in and look at it. If that is complete and in good condition, $265 is still a little high. You know, for a 6-inch, it should only be worth about $180, probably $175 in today's market. But they're wanting $265. One right below it, they're wanting $365 or best offer. The vise on the 6-inch above looks to be not proper. There again, I'm not going to go look, but overarm supports. Nice original Atlas milling machine M18 overarm arbor support arm bracket, pre-owned, $199 for best offer and $10 shipping. There's 2 of those listed. They've been reworked and repainted. They're a casting, you know. The bushings are going to be bad in them unless they've been replaced, and I would speculate, looking at this, that at least one of them's been replaced, because one of them looks like it's got quite a bit larger bushing in it, so it's probably been bored out to the next larger size because it was probably screwed up so bad. You know, these they're not worth nearly that. Excellent milling machine automatic gearbox assembly, refurbished, $450 or best offer and $20.05 shipping. Let's look at it just because we can. This is going to be an excellent, complete, clean, ready to install. It Doesn't tell. Seller notes, excellent used condition. Excellent. So if we look at the pictures, and this is somebody that's gone through and refurbished one. So, and it looks good. Looks, you know, looks clean from what I see so far. Gears look good in it, whether they're brand new or whether they're you know, it's not a bad looking assembly. But by the same token, if we put things in perspective, and if I was building these, if I was producing a new one, which I have looked at, and I do have some parts for these that have been prototyped, I would probably be selling a complete assembly for that $450, $500 range, I'm guessing. The other side of that coin is if I'm buying a complete milling machine that's working, just needs to be cleaned up or maybe rebuilt, I'm not giving more than about $1,200 for that, you know. So that's a third of the cost of a machine, basically, in my opinion. Now, machines, they're trying to get more than that out of them, but to me, that's all they're worth. So I don't know. Pays your money, takes your chances. Another one right below it, same price, $450. So he's parted out, or he's bought parts for at least 2 machines, and he's, you know, wanting new machine prices for them. And these look good. Maybe these are brand new parts in them too. Everybody's going to have to decide for themselves if that's what they're going to do. Pays your money, takes your chances. So I guess that's about all I got. Nice original Atlas horizontal milling machine arbor, overarm arbor support arm, M1-9. We talked about these before. Pre-owned, $174.99 and $41.95 shipping. No, you go by shafting, you build your own for probably about a third of that cost. And the rest of this stuff is just so much junk. See, here somebody's got part of a feed mechanism. They've got the yoke and the front cover and the kick out. They want $100 for it. No. This is a parted out machine. Parted out machine. There's nothing else here worth. See, here somebody's got a 6-inch milling attachment. They want $400 now. $400 for it. Buy it now. No, it's worth $175, $200. Overarm support with the arbor, $300. Buy it now, and $42.71 shipping. No, that's worth $100. Now here we're back to our 6-inch milling attachment, aluminum vice jaws, brand new. And this talks about our seller. They want $37.50 and $7.25 shipping. You know, I think I've got like 40 sets of these made up. I still think part of them need to be sandblasted, but I've got like 40 sets of these. I'm selling them for $10 in shipping. You know, $10 or $37.50 for the virtually the same thing. You know, decide what you want to do. People are ripping you off. Back gear wrench, $40 and $12.50 shipping. It's a piece of stamped out steel notched. Yeah, these are just parted out machine parts. This is junk. Junk, 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 junk. Junk, junk, junk. Alright, well I'm about done playing because I've got to sit and do some stuff with Fusion today so I can have the CNC machine running, the lathe running. I've got some parts that are going to come out. This is all, for the most part, this is used junk. It's just used junk is what it is. $50 for a on-off switch, for a toggle switch. For about at the most expensive, about a $10 switch. Not sure what these people are thinking. Not sure what they're thinking. Anyway, I'm going to leave this right here. Hopefully you find that a little bit useful, interesting. Comment suggestions, leave them in the comment section for me below, guys. Have a good week, what's left of it, and thanks for taking the time to watch.